Protect your DNA. BioPQQ can promote formation of new mitochondria. Infowarsstore.com.
Hey, we're going to take a quick sneak peek at an interview that is scheduled to air soon on the Infowars Nightly News as David Knight interviews former Navy Commander Greg Morse, and they expose the shocking money laundering that is used to fund black ops. Let's check it out.
Joining me on the phone tonight is Greg Morse. Now, Greg's a former F-4 Phantom driver for the U.S. Air Force, U.S. Navy, and a lieutenant commander for the U.S. Navy. He was self-employed for 30 years in real estate, all areas of aviation industry as well. And this is key. He was one of a very small group that uncovered the savings and loan crisis in 1985. When we had this massive mortgage pump and dump that happened in the late 2000s, you had some people contact you and ask you if you would look into this. You weren't directly involved because you didn't have a loan that was in default, but they asked you to take a look at this, right?
That's correct. I had a home mortgage, but at that point I was basically retired, David, and the only thing I had was a current note, never late. What we found and have documented on our website, in my singular mortgage, we identified over 1,000 individually documented and legally cited events of either outright fraud or statute and code, state and federal violations of law.
Okay, now I want to go over the tax fraud issues, the security fraud issues, what's going on in the bankruptcy court. And as I pointed out in the introduction, this is the largest tax fraud case ever. It's the largest security fraud we've ever seen. And of course, the largest bankruptcy we've ever seen. And this ties into black operations, terrorist events, overthrows of government. We want to get into all that. That's the big picture, but let's take it a little bit at a time. Let's first go to the tax fraud issue. Explain the significance of the fact that you filed a RICO civil lawsuit in 3 states. Why did you do that for?
We filed it because we've had a federal civil pro se, meaning I represent myself, lawsuit filed initially in the Eastern District of Texas Federal District Court. What we have found since we've been at it for almost 3.5 years now, the case has promulgated into being in 3 different courts in 3 different states. And as of today, we still have not been allowed to have our first hearing of any kind. Wow. So what they've attempted to do clearly, and it's all on the docket, we can prove every single word we're saying with court entered documents on the court dockets, is that they don't want the evidence, which now exceeds 15,000 pages. They don't want that evidence coming out. So what they've tried to do is to play the shuffle off the buffalo country boy kick the can routine with us by judges lying, lawyers lying, submitting fraudulent documents. Then we challenge them. They admit on the record that, yes, they did submit fraudulent documents. We're sorry. We didn't think you really wanted us to tell the truth. But now that you're motioning us for sanctions and motions to compel, now we'll give you the real truth. So they've been trying to keep me, in addition to the threats and all the rest of the malarkey that goes with it, they've been attempting to keep this case from coming out into the public. Not because of me. This is not about my case. This is about the fact that we have been able to take what we learned going down that rabbit hole, and we have been able to determine 3 things. 1, it is in fact the largest income tax evasion fraud in recorded history in this country. Second, it is the largest securities fraud in recorded history. And thirdly, a significant percentage, and until we were to under legal auspices or the joint congressional hearing that we're pressing for, got the hard drives of data from the other entities involved, David. I can't give you an exact percentage or dollar amount, but many of the dollars that were stolen from the American public through the mortgage crisis found their way through the Depository Trust and Clearing Corporation at 55 Water Street in Wall Street. They went from there to the Federal Reserve, then to the Union Bank of Switzerland, and many of those funds have been used to proffer terrorist activities and black ops.
All right, folks, that's going to do it for tonight's broadcast. The Infowars Nightly News will return, Lord willing, tomorrow evening at 7 o'clock p.m. Central Time. Until then, have a blessed evening, and we'll see you back right here tomorrow night. Good night. Celebrate the spirit of freedom and liberty upon which our nation was founded at InfoWarsShop.com. Molon Lave is ancient Greek for come and take it. This popular design combines both classic Greek Spartan imagery with modern M16 assault rifles. Now available in women's tees and proudly made in the USA. Celebrate the spirit of 1776 with the George Washington brass belt buckle or this incredibly sharp-looking 1776 hat. Badass. And be sure to check out the new arrivals at Infowars Life, where you can prepare your body to perform at peak levels with Survival Shield Nascent Iodine, Super Male Vitality, and Fluoride Shield. And wake up, America. Immune Support Blend is the healthy choice for the gourmet coffee lover. So get incredibly high-quality, freedom-based products and help fund the revolution at InfoWarsShop.com.
You are watching the Infowars Nightly News, which airs 7 p.m. Central at InfoWarsNews.com. Members can share their passcode with up to 11 other people, and your support is helping us defend liberty worldwide.